Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're making that summer staple, barbecue chicken out on the Weber Kettle. Yeah, it's not summer until there's some barbecue chicken out on the kettle, grilling up with that great flavor, great smoke coming off of it. That's what we're doing today. Well, actually tomorrow. Like usual, I like to get some parts of it done the day before, especially chicken. I like to get seasoned up and let it air dry in the refrigerator. Now we've got a 5-pound chicken here. We're going to break it down into halves, so we're cooking the chicken halves. I like to do it that way when I can because I think it's just a little more convenient, allows the chicken to cook a little bit more quickly. So let's get started breaking this down. First thing I want to do is flip it over, and we're going to take the spine out. We're going to start by spatchcocking this, then we'll get it into 2 halves. Got my poultry shears here. And for this last little part, we're going to take our knife. Let's get this excess skin off right now. Go with the other side of the spine. I say it every time, this piece is great for making stock. Now before we flip the chicken over, if you take the knife and you just kind of score up along the breastbone and down to the back, it's going to snap more easily. Just like that. Can actually take the knife and go right up the center here. There we go, our 2 chicken halves. Let's get them seasoned up. Now the rub I'm going to be using today is all-purpose rub from Backyard Barbecue. And I've transferred my chicken halves to a smaller tray with a rack. This is the way I like to do it when it's in the refrigerator so the chicken isn't sitting in any juices that sweat off. I'm going to get the back side done first here and clean up any pieces that need to get out of there. And we're just going to give a good coating of our rub. This was sent to me by Backyard Barbecue, and it's actually a really good rub. I've used it before. This turned over. All right, I am happy with that. This is going in the refrigerator overnight. I can relax now, and tomorrow all I got to do is get the grill going, get this out there and get it on. So I will see you tomorrow out at the Weber Kettle. All right, the Weber Kettle is up to 10. My target today is 325 degrees. I'm using the Mallory Firewall and the Mallory Cast Iron Grate. I get asked about those all the time. Link in the video description if you want to check them out. In a minute, we're going to put on a piece of apple wood for a little bit of smoke today. But let's go ahead and get our chicken on. Going to put our thighs, the dark meat, towards the heat source. Going to get a temperature probe in my chicken breast here. Now my target for the chicken is 160 degrees for the chicken breast. That will continue to rise to 165. At the time it hits 160, we're going to check the thighs. If they're not above 170 at that time, I'm going to separate the chicken breast from the leg quarters, and we're going to let those thighs and legs keep going. Applewood on here. Let's get our lid on and get smoking. We'll come back and check this in about an hour if we haven't hit that 160 in the breast yet. All right, it is just about 1 hour and we are about to hit 160 internal. So this is cooking really nicely, very quickly. So let's take a look at our chicken and check the temperature in the thigh. Wow, that's looking really nice. All right, let's go ahead and check our temperature down in the thighs. And that's showing 179. Let me see if you can, I hope you can see that. That is perfect. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get these off here, get them inside, let them rest for about 15 minutes, then we're gonna have a taste. Now I'm only gonna cut into one of these, but I just wanted to put them both out here. They turned out gorgeous. I mean, just look at that. I'm so glad I didn't sauce these. Not that there's anything wrong with sauce on chicken. I do it all the time, but these turned out great. Now, let's see if you can hear the skin. That's what I'm always aiming for, non-rubbery skin. It's really hard to get crispy skin on the grill. Sometimes you can, but if you're aiming for something that's not rubbery, I think that's what we've got here. So let's go ahead and cut in. I'm gonna move this one out of the way. Let's go ahead and cut some breast meat first. Oh yeah, there we go. That is looking nice. And let's spin it around here and let's get some thigh meat, some of that dark meat, because that is my favorite. Got a little bit of a juice-a-lanch here. All right, skin's coming off the thigh meat. That's not uncommon here, but I want to taste the skin. Let's see. That rub is nice. Let's cut some of our white meat or breast meat. That is juicy. Let's have a taste of that white meat. Really like that rub on here. It gave the skin a nice flavor. Now let's try some of that dark meat. Now this took an hour out on the grill at about 325 degrees. It ranged a little bit between 315 and a little above 325, but for this size of bird, about 5 pounds total. When you cut it in half, I find that to be around the time it takes, usually an hour to an hour and a half. Everything can vary. It's a fairly warm day today, so we're not competing with cold temperatures, but this all turned out fantastic. I also get asked so many times, oh, how long did that take? Well, I'm telling you how long it took here, even though if you do it, it may not take that amount of time. It may take more, it may take less. It's dependent upon fuel. It's dependent upon how much meat's in the chamber. It's dependent upon the cooking conditions that you have and the type of cooker. There are so many variables that when, like, I'm cooking chicken, it's about temperature. When I'm cooking ribs or brisket or pork butt, it's about tenderness. You can sometimes have an approximate time, and temperature can help be a guide, but really it's about what you're cooking and what the conditions are. So I usually don't worry about time. I worry about getting it to that point where it is going to taste fantastic.